Britt Baker, who we have not seen in AEW television in many, 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 many months. I think she was last on, I want to say in November, and I've talked about this before, where she had kicked off a feud with Serena Deeb, and then it didn't really go anywhere, and she was never seen again. I think the last appearance that she made in AEW television was her saying, nobody cares about Serena Deeb when Serena Deeb came out, and she has not been on the show since. So then it comes out the other day that she's actively trying to get out of her AEW contract. Now, Fightful added on to this saying that's not true. They haven't heard of that. But there's got to be something going on with Britt, though. I mean, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying I don't know if she's actively trying to leave because she does have another year left in her contract. Reportedly, she is under contract there for another year. And if you add on injury time, she could be there for another 2 years at least. But this is a woman that at one point was their linchpin of that women's division. An AEW OG, one of the longest women's champions they've ever had in that company's history. Longest champion, period. One of their longest champions, period. And she's not been on the show in like 7-8 months, and she's not her. And I'm not saying she's the best they have to offer, but if you have nothing for her and they're not doing anything with her, and she may not be entirely happy there, stemming from that post that she put up on, I think it was Instagram the other day, then just let her go. Now, I know we talked about earlier this year, like, oh, would we want to see her in WWE? Personally, not really. And you're shaking your head no, too. So what are your 2 cents in this whole situation? Would you let Britt Baker go if you're Tony Khan, whether she wants to leave or not? If you're not using her, I would just say let her go.
I have no interest in bringing her in.
I don't think they need her.
I don't think they need her. I think they have plenty of other women I'd rather focus on than her. I will say plenty of people do have revisionist history now. All these people saying like, "Oh, Britt was no good." People were like, true, when she was her hot time in AEW, people were lapping her up, acting like she was like the greatest wrestler ever. When she could only cut a good promo in a fucking taped segment, by the way. Just it's been out there in the ether. I just want to get that out there again. That people used to talk about how great she was on the mic, and she never really was that good. But yep, we'll keep going. But no, NXT has so many women. With the Mariah May, she's younger. I think she has more of a future. With Britt, I would just stay away. She seems like this doesn't seem like a good fit for them, and I would stay far away.
Do you think she's a better fit for AEW though? I feel like we talk about it like she's good enough in the ring to where I think she could do well in WWE. And the whole backstage politics of things, like the Thunder Rosa thing, is absolutely true. They've talked about that publicly. I don't know what backstage issues she's had recently, but there was that whole thing last year with her and Mercedes. They didn't get along, or she got suspended for 2 weeks. And then they had that abysmal match at All In last year, and then she kind of disappeared, came back, she disappeared again. I think her style would actually fit better in WWE. My point is, I just don't think, like you mentioned before, I just don't really think they have a spot for her. I think WWE might hire her if they wanted her, just to send the message, hey, an AEW original in WWE, we got him. Like, I could see that. But I don't really think she really adds a whole bunch to WWE's women's division that they don't already have on, honestly, any of their 3 brands right now.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't bring her in. She looked great. I think she looked great in TNA.
I think she'd be a good fit in TNA. At least she'd be on TV. I just don't really see the point of having her on her contract if you're not going to do anything with her. That's the same thing with anyone in WWE or any other company, but it's like, unless she's hurt or has something going on to where she can't be working on television, if she's hurt or something like that, I just don't really understand why you wouldn't use her to some capacity. Honestly, there's a pretty decent chance they're doing a gauntlet match or whatever at All In. I could see her back as soon as that show. I could see her making an appearance next weekend in Texas. And all of this is not for nothing, but like they try to blow it over by bringing her back to television. But I'm just not really sure what more you can even do with her in AEW. After already, she's held the championship. They've had her as a babyface and as a heel. Alexis brought up that Jade was actually the first AEW OG in WWE. That is correct, but I'm talking like Britt was there from day one. Like, they might just get her. And the Lucha Bros have actually added to WWE, specifically Penta. Britt, at this point, they just don't really need her. They have enough people that they're not doing enough with that I don't really think that would work. Maria, I don't think Britt can be a manager in WWE. They don't need Britt. She would be there to wrestle. So I don't really know if that would work. But yeah, and Micah even said he thinks that Britt will be big in WWE. Think about the crowd doing the towel thing that they do in AEW. I would like to see it, honestly. But they haven't done that.
I don't even know what you're talking about, the towel thing.
Like because she's from Philadelphia or something like that. She's
from Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
No, thank you. They can take those towels and sit on them.
Mr. Marceau will be sitting on his hands if Britt Baker inevitably makes her way to WWE. But yeah, I feel like the time for that honestly would have been a couple of years ago. Like Jade, I think had the right idea where she was at the top of her game in AEW. She was the fucking TBS champion for almost a year and a half, 2 years. She loses it, and then she immediately jumps to WWE. Britt Baker has not been relevant since what, 2023 maybe? 2022? It's been a long time. Let's put it that way. It's been a very long time. So it would still mean something for them to get her, but it wouldn't mean as much as it once would have.
Yeah, it's like the same with the Mariah. Like, she was hot up to her losing the belt in February, and then she came over.
Yeah, and she was still extremely relevant. If she was there for another year or two and they didn't do anything with her, which I'm not convinced that they would have done nothing with her, but it wouldn't have meant as much. I think it meant as much as it did because she left at the top of her game while in AEW. But anyway, yeah, Alexis mentioned that she would bring down the morale there. Yeah, possibly. I think there's a, I don't know. I mean, I don't know her personally.
People act like they're sitting in the locker room. I mean, it doesn't sound like, from what I heard, she's a great person, but who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Change of scenery. Hey, they say the same thing about Punk. Change of scenery can always help.
Yeah, no, the locker room cancer is now in WWE, as they called it, from AEW, and I'm sure he's had some sort of. I'm not saying Punk's been a complete saint in WWE behind the scenes. I can't say he hasn't been either, but you're nodding your head. But we haven't heard the same stories that were coming out of AEW from 2 years ago. So a change of scenery can make a big difference. I agree with that. I'm sure she would be. Let's put it this way. I'm sure she would be on her best behavior if she went to WWE at some point. Britt Baker, I'm sure, would be on her best behavior for sure.